I'm Jay Severts, and I'm here today to talk to you about the effects of inaccurate spelling in today's society and methods used to improve them. I'll be covering the specific effects of inaccurate spelling to include success at school or on the job, literary deficiency, and vocabulary and comprehension skills. I will also be covering the techniques used to improve spelling through seeing words as you hear them, pronouncing words correctly, using a dictionary, and a few simple rules of spelling, spelling carefully, and using memory devices. Robert Magnan and Mary Lou Santovic, who wrote 1001 Commonly Misspelled Words, stated two basic facts about spelling. Number one, spelling is the arrangement of letters. It's not an intelligence test. Number two, people judge you by your spelling regardless of fact one. It also shows the level of education one has received and enhances writing methods. At school or on the job, spelling can be very important. When you hand in a substandard paper at school with misspelled words, it could lead to poor grades. Sending a resume to an employer with misspelled words could also lead to not being hired for a position. Next thing is literary deficiency, which could mean improper application of word meanings. I have two words here that sound similar, but they're actually spelled different and have different meanings. The first word is jester, a person who is given to witticism, jokes, and pranks. And the second word is gesture, a movement of the hand, arm, body, head, or face that is expressive of an idea. So that's two different words that sound the same, but you can convey different meanings with their spellings. Next is vocabulary and comprehension skills. Susan Jones, who wrote The Importance of Spelling, stated, "There's a commonly emailed piece of wisdom going around the internet, and this was a piece by Graham Rollinson, 1976. What it is, it's a bunch of jumbled up words and letters, and if you have good spelling and comprehension skills, you can actually decipher this piece without a problem." And there's a before. Here's the after the translation. According to research by the Linguistic Department at Cambridge University, it doesn't matter in what order the letters in a word are. The only important thing is that the first and last letter be at the right place. That's an example of that. The next are techniques to spelling correctly. Harry Shaw, who wrote Spell It Right, stated there are 6 approaches to spelling correctly. The first is actually seeing words as you hear them. Doing that, you can use visual memory to focus on each syllable of a word, combine them to create a word, and sound them out. The next is using a dictionary. Become familiar with a dictionary, and Shaw also stated that be careful to use a correct dictionary. There's a lot of fly-by-night dictionary publishers out there that give out inaccurate or incorrect information in their dictionaries. Also, a dictionary gives you examples of how a word is used, whether it's a noun, verb, or adjective. The next is pronouncing words carefully and correctly. Use a dictionary key in the front of the dictionary to help you actually sound out the word and get it correctly. Next, moving on to a few simple rules of spelling. The first rule is write I before E except after C. And here we have 2 examples. The first word is peace, and the second word is receipt, as you can see how they're spelled. And the next rule is the long E rule, or the silent E rule, where you would use a word like parse, where you don't hear the E at the end. You would drop the E to add a suffix. And the other rule is if you don't have an E, you would add the suffix onto a consonant. The next is using memory devices. The term mnemonics means to remember. There's a couple of words here where you can actually associate meanings back to the words the way they're spelled. First word I have here is believe, and the actual phrase is you can't believe when you tell a lie. Lie is embedded in the word believe. And the second example I have is dessert, which is strawberry sundae. There's 2 S's, and the S's are in the middle, dessert instead of desert. So spelling can be used as an instrument to success, to pave the way for a successful career or school experience. Relying on technology or time, being careless, will result in individuals to make mistakes by misspelling words. If you use the routines and practices we just covered in this presentation, you will have a successful time spelling words and spell words correctly. Thanks and have a good day.